I'm O.W. Root, and this is Pleasant Peninsula. Fog is, without a doubt, one of my favorite meteorological phenomena. And the tragedy is, we don't really get it that much. We don't get it so much in Michigan. I lived in Milwaukee with our friends on the other side of the lake for a couple of years, and we actually had quite a bit of fog in May. I remember watching it sort of roll in, or I guess around, or the lake, and it would sort of swallow up all the buildings downtown. And, it's cool. And I think it's cool because it's rare to a certain degree. I mean, when you're used to something, you take it for granted, and it's not as cool anymore. I mean, that's how it works for winter in February. We're about done with the snow. Well, if you come from the desert, that snow in February is magical. So yeah, there's an aspect to fog which is interesting because it's rare to us up here. That's why we love it. That's why I love it, at least. But something else is interesting about fog too. It's impossible to capture on film or on video, or photos or whatever. I mean, listen, it's not impossible. You can look up online, you can see incredible scenes, foggy scenes down by the docks, out on the water, or in a city. I mean, of course you can find these scenes. But it's pea soup. I mean, that fog that shows up in a photo or on a video is so thick, you can't see a few feet in front of your face, really. It's like the fog has to be extremely heavy for it to show up at all. It's kind of similar to, snow is to a certain degree like this, because, if you've ever tried to take a picture of the falling snow, it just never really turns out unless they're huge, huge flakes. But the one difference between snow is that you see the snow on the ground, and so you can kind of put two and two together. But with fog, you don't see the fog on the ground, it just hangs in the air. And so it's really hard to capture, but you feel it. And right now, you might not be able to tell that it's foggy and kind of misty, and that sort of haze, that sort of damp haze covering everything and making dimming the contrast. That's the thing about fog. It lessens the contrast between the darks and the lights. It's so cool, and you might not be able to tell, but it's all around right now. And there's something interesting in that to me, that we can feel the fog, and I can see it, and I can tell things are different, but you probably can't really see it. And I think it's an interesting testament to what can be captured technologically and what can't be. There's many things that can be captured technologically. My face is being captured right now. My voice as well. It's easy. There's certain things that are so subtle, so soft, or so wispy, and too gentle to be captured. In a sense, most fog, unless it's just deep pea soup, is that. It's a cool thing. It's a special thing about it. You feel it, but you can't really capture it the way you feel it. Get on M119, drive to the very end, and stop. You find yourself in Cross Village, population 79. It's beyond Harbor Springs, through the tunnel of trees, past Goodhart. Cross Village is the end of the line. It's the end of the road. It's the last ember of human civilization until you get to Mackinac City. North of town, all you have is Sturgeon Bay Beach, Wilderness State Park, and woods. It is verifiably in the middle of nowhere. And yet there's a reason to go to the middle of nowhere. Legs In. Legs In is a special place. And it makes it worth it. It makes the trip worthwhile to the end of the road. Back in 1912, Stanley Smolak came from Poland to the US. Then he moved to Cross Village in 1921. 10 years after that, he began construction on the Legs In. He enlisted the help of the local Ottawa Indians to help build this incredible place. He locally sourced stones and driftwood and wood, timber, lumber, fallen branches, all of it. Stanley Smollett was an artist, and he used all of these local materials to craft an incredibly special place. A place that's really unlike any other place. In Legs Inn, it feels part hideaway, part lodge, part resort. There are carvings all over the wall, paintings of old American Indian faces, artwork made from these branches, from these polished pieces of local wood, driftwood, taxidermied animals that were shot long ago all over the walls, bears, birds, deer, moose. Inside, it feels like there are little corners everywhere to hide in. Dark little hidden places, hidden from the world. There are Polish plates and symbols and scenes, paintings from the old country. In many ways, Legs Inn is what you see on the walls. It's reminders of the old worlds, both of the old and the new. Both old worlds of the old world and the new world. That makes sense. And outside, there's a patio that is full of carvings and little tables, and the garden full of flowers. And beyond the patio, there is a grassy little field. Children run around and play in it. People walk with their drinks after they've finished their meal or waiting for their food. And beyond the field, there's a fence, and you look beyond the field and you can see, you're high up above Lake Michigan. You can see Beaver Island from there, in the hazy, misty horizon. You can see the islands just north of Sturgeon Bay Beach. It is the most beautiful view, I would say, of any restaurant that any restaurant has in the state of Michigan. And it's not only because you see the lake. There are other restaurants where you can see the lake, but you're in town, you're downtown, it's busy, you can hear traffic, all that stuff. That's not how it is at Legs Inn. You feel so far away. You feel, Legs Inn feels like a different time. The world has changed since Stanley Smollett built Legs Inn. It's a century later, or almost a century later. But Legs Inn doesn't feel like it's changed. It feels like some other time, like something older. And you sit there, you can't help but imagine what it was like in 1930. What it was like to move there in 1921, like Stanley Smollett did. It was far away then, or it's far away now. Imagine how far away it was then. Sitting there looking over the diamond water, watching children play in the grass, sitting with our finished food in front of us, listening to Unforgettable by Nat King Cole play on the stereo faintly in the distance. Legs Inn feels truly like a different time, a different place, somewhere else at the end of the road, somewhere else in the middle of nowhere. I'm O.W. Root for Michigan Enjoyer.